Hello, everyone. So we're here.
Hello.
We're back. We're back for our
Hello.
monthly chat. Hello, honoring our Chris McNally, who deserves lots of honoring.
I got my
So you got your shirt on. Oh, I
yeah.
forgot. I only have this. I was hoping my kiddos online with something. So
Sorry, I didn't bring anything with me here to
that's
Morgan.
okay. We're
So
all
I'm just
good.
drinking out of my
Yeah, so
cup.
you're enjoying your vacation?
It's
Oh
cute.
yeah.
You brought your love for Chris and his work.
Yes.
All right, so tonight is about Firefly Lane, which I have to say I need to show my edit that I did. I don't know if anyone can see it on the thumbnail, and I stole a something from you, Chrissy. You did a really cool edit. It was like in like I don't know if it was black and white, grayish tones, whatever, and I added him to that's how I made the thumbnail. I added him to their pile of
Oh
photos.
yeah,
I got the
love
little
it.
outline that looked like theirs, and
Uh,
I tried to work a Polaroid this weekend. It was like I felt like so dumb. Anyway, that's not what this is from. And I put that on there as our little thumbnail. Look how cute he looks, even with his
oh
hair
yeah,
like that. Look how cute.
yeah.
So before we even begin, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask all those that are here. By the way, hello everyone. Lillian's here, and Avis, and Rona, and Susan, and Donna. I don't know if we have any newbies. If anyone's new, let us know. I feel like we know all those names, right?
Mm-hmm. I can't see the chat.
I
No,
can't
because
either. I can't either.
okay.
When I try to see this chat, I get bumped
By
off. So
yourself.
I
Thank you for
just
saying
go,
that. For
I
I don't
did
have
put
any
it
newbies.
on my phone and maybe
Arlene is here, and Susan, and Rona. Like I said, all Avis is here.
hello, ladies.
Cindy Smith. Okay. This is a new name for me. Maybe not for you girls. Do you know who this is? Donna?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Donna. Don't be insulted if I don't remember you. Only be
Yes.
insulted if you sat next to me and we talked and I don't remember you. That means there's something wrong with my brain. Oh, Pam from Minnesota. Hello. Dee is here. Hi, everyone. Okay, so here's my question. If there's someone out there who has not watched it, um, why would you like they've seen 1 and 2? Why would someone want to watch it? Like, why would you recommend it? Why is it a good Chris McNally watch? What do you think? Anyone in the out there in podcast land, if you want to comment in the comments, and then Chris and Christina, why do you think it was a good one to watch?
Go ahead, Chris.
I think it was just something different that Chris ended up doing. It was still a movie that he was in or a
Mhm.
series, but it was something different. And that from, let's say, Greece, where he actually had a student that liked him as well, just like in Greece, and but the outcome was different, and he gave the opposite
Bye.
result.
Yeah. Yeah.
And something that should have been done maybe, but he was only in 2 episodes, so there wasn't that much for him to do.
Yeah. People, but he was memorable in his 2 episodes.
Oh yeah,
He was
yeah,
very good. He was an important character,
Yeah,
like,
he was.
and it was for the girls, and not, it wasn't current, of course, it was when the girls were younger.
right,
Avis, and that's funny. He's always he's like in a time warp, right? He's back in the early 1900s, almost 1920 when he's in When Calls the Heart. Then he was over in the 50s when he was and this was all
Free.
Greece.
happening at the same time. Like, who am I? He's you know what? He needs to go to the way home and keep jumping in and out of that pond.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go.
And
That's a
then
good idea.
I know. I know. Let's speak that out into the
Yeah,
universe.
I
And
agree. I think I liked it, and I would recommend it because he was different. He played a different character,
Hmm.
and I think it really showed a lot of his great acting skills.
cool.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
in this even in those 2 episodes. I mean, it wasn't, very much that he was on there, but what it was, when he was on there, he really showed a lot of his.
He had a lot of monologues.
Yeah, he did. He
said
did.
a lot of stuff.
And not only that, but I think that in his part, he gave out a really important message and a good message, with, turning down Tully, showing that he was a respectful teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, as opposed to in Greece, where he was not.
It was something else, right?
Right.
Davis says, so that was the 70s, right? Was that the late 70s
Oh,
or early 80s?
Yeah, maybe mid.
Yeah.
Mid
Okay, so
70s, yeah.
he was pond jumping. Avis says he was outstanding. When she
Yes.
was like, he was out, I was like, Avis, what are we talking about? Was he out where?
out in the pond.
Yeah,
he was out in the pond.
And Avis also loved him in his glasses. And Cindy said the acting by everyone was very good. And Chris was very convincing in his role. And Carrie loves your t-shirt. And Carrie seems to say he was in, and Avis is helping you out here, that he was in 5 episodes. But then Avis said, you say 2. Yeah, 2. Carrie says 5, and Avis said he was in 4, 10, 11, 13, and 14.
He was just in 10 and 11. I just watched it yesterday. So.
Okay. So no 13 and 14. We got some dispute going on here. All right, girls. Just because it's Chris. Jennifer, okay, I got you. This is Arlene. She says it shows how Chris can relate to his theater side with playing a drama teacher, which was probably like he was like, I like this role when that came across, right?
I think he liked playing in Shakespeare roles.
Yes.
I think he has mentioned that in the past.
That's true. Playing a drama
if you remember, he did also in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. And how young minds see a handsome young teacher as their knight in shining armor.
Ooh.
And Lillian says he's in more than 2.
Mm-mm.
His character wasn't in the book. Carrie. His character never seems to be in the book.
Yeah.
That's okay. Susan says, love to watch how talented Chris is. He is so good in all the different roles he plays. He was the adult and she was the kid. Yeah.
That's what he states. Yeah.
Yep. He plays a character as a teacher portraying the way he started in the theater himself. Ah. Mm-hmm. Oh, on my Netflix, it has 4.
I don't know where he was then, because I didn't see him.
He played the best kind of teacher in the show. Plus, he showed his theater acting chops. So, you know what? Later on, I'm going to have to go back and look at this. So
I'm going to have to go back now and check because now I'm curious.
Not because we're like, because what if we missed something? So we've got 10, 11, 13, and 14. Okay, we'll figure this out. All right. His character wasn't in the book. That cracked me up. He was buff in his t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Avis. We don't say that, Avis. All right. Okay, girls. What do you want to talk about first? Your faves?
Probably my favorite was when he first came into the classroom and he was standing there telling the kids about himself. Because as teachers, we do that as an introduction to the students, who we are.
So it was authentic.
He did that. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what those areas were in a little bit.
My favorite was
I'm sorry, Christina. I am so sorry. This is so good. And you can't see it, and I kind of almost choked on my water. Ava says, well, he was. I'm old, but not dead. All right, go ahead, Christina. I'm sorry.
My favorite was when he was reciting the Shakespeare. I really loved that scene with him.
Okay.
It really, I just love the way he portrayed that and how much emotion he showed in that.
Arlene's picking up on it. She says, I'm watching episode 12 time after time right now, and he's in that speaking Shakespeare to young Tully.
Yeah, that's
So
my
I'll have to
favorite
go
part.
in and watch it. Okay.
Cool. I love it. Good. All right. Anything that stands out, like besides your favorite parts? I like this.
Go ahead, Christina. You go first this time.
What stands out for me?
Mm-hmm.
Just I think, like I was saying before, the what he was portraying as he was explaining to Tully that it's not good for them to be an item or whatsoever.
In a
I mean, he was,
relationship, yeah.
yeah, and I liked how he explained it as a teacher, in that view, and it had sent a good message, I think, out to people, and I think that stood out to me.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think, and this happens a lot, when you have creative people to begin with, you're a little more tend to be like your emotions are up here. You know what I mean? You're out there in the open, not always so buried deep. Or sometimes they are, and they come out in the character you're portraying. But I was part of a Hamilton Town drama. We had a theater. It's still here, and we're kind of like quietly behind the scenes sometimes. But anyway, getting back to this, I cannot tell you how often I see, and I don't mean just young kids. I'm talking about adults too. They kind of crush on each other for that time that they're together, because you're together so much. You're together for long hours. You're together in such an intense like space of time. Then when you're on the stage, you feel the vibe of the audience. It feeds you. And I have seen so many people like have crushes or start little relationships. So I'm not surprised that, and plus he's handsome and he was a good man. I'm not surprised that, and she needed good in her life. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah.
surprised. She came off as someone much more, older, just like I can compare it to how the character in Grease was. She dressed
Mhm.
older and
Right.
not
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
mature and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Even acted that way.
yeah. um let's see. Let's Carrie says, when he was sitting with the class after Kate's friend died. Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay. And Ava says, I liked it when he chose Tully as Juliet, because her tryout was so was an interesting interpretation.
I loved her
Mhm.
tryout, her
Yeah.
audition.
Yeah.
Ava is explaining
That
that
was
too.
funny.
Oh, good Lord. Here we are in IMDb. If it's correct, and I could look up in the professional database, they have them in episode 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Oh,
Okay.
so we were wrong.
But you just watched it, Chris. What happened? Did you fall asleep?
No.
I'm joking. I'm only joking. I'm kidding you.
I didn't just watch it, so
Okay.
I'm going by,
Well,
what
I
I
watched
remember.
10 today.
what, pardon me?
I watched 10 today.
Okay.
Again.
All right. Well, we'll go back and we will look. We will look at it all so we don't miss any morsels. All right, girls. I think you have some questions for everyone, right?
Yep. This is trivia. Did you
All
have
right,
a
here it
prize or
goes.
something? Did you have a prize to give away, Roxanne?
Speaking of prizes, people are like, prizes from Roxanne. Where's mine? So let me just disclose this because I'm pretty good at sending them out. I had an issue with Amazon, and it's not Amazon's fault. And I lost my history of everything. And I don't know if I ever gave out the cookbook prize. So is there someone here or who remembers? I have to go back to look at the podcast who won the cookbook, because I don't know if I even sent it to you, because I have a whole new account with all new. I mean, had to reorder everything, even my Prime. So I will send you your your prize. I just don't know.
Who it is?
Yeah. Well, who the old one? Like we will do a prize today too. All right. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
ask the first one.
Okay.
Well, this is basically mute now.
Okay.
What episode does Mr. Sam Waverly appear in Firefly Lane?
Which
What is the
episode?
first ones? Yeah.
We already
Gotta
got
say
those
that.
down.
Yeah.
And then we have an argument over it.
Yeah, really.
Oh, Avis, you better be telling us the truth. She said she was getting the cookbook. Are you sure, Avis? Well, Avis says 10.
Yes.
Episode 10.
That's when he first came on. Yeah, that's right.
Good job, Avis. I'll keep tally. Avis. 1 for Avis.
Okay.
She wants a
Okay,
second
Christina,
cookbook.
go ahead.
Okay. Second one. What's Mr. Waverly's favorite person, so to say?
Avis says I'm old, but I remember. I didn't mean it like that. I was thinking, oh, Roxanne doesn't remember. Let me jump on the bandwagon there, and I'll get a cookbook too. I'm just joking, Avis. Oh, if you were here, I'd hug you. All right, go ahead, Chrissy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was Mr. Waverly's favorite person, so to say?
Okay.
Or who?
Yeah.
Well,
Who?
Jean says his dog Hamlet.
That's correct.
That is correct.
You love how dogs pop up for Chris all the time in his movies? I love that.
Mhm.
All right.
He
one,
never
two,
showed
Yeah.
Hamlet, but he mentioned him.
Yeah,
That's
they
in part
mentioned
of
it.
his
Yeah,
introduction.
yeah.
I love it.
Okay, the next one.
What a cute name.
What
Hannah.
band did Mr. Waverly follow from 1969 to 1972?
Chris, could you say it again? Because your head was turned out. I don't know if they heard you.
Oh, okay. What band did Mr. Waverly follow from 1969 to 1972?
What's the name of the band?
That's what we're asking. Yep. Jean's right.
Avis said it first, though. I hit the
Okay.
wrong thing. Oh, Avis has 2 checks now. All right. The Grateful Dead. By the way, do you like the Grateful Dead? I feel
They're
like
all right. Maybe
I
a
feel
song
like
or two.
Chris would like the Grateful Dead.
I mean, they're all right. But I like some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could ask him about, you know what? The next time he comes on, we should ask him about this character, because I'm wondering if he got to plug in stuff, because
Maybe he said that because it was his favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Not from the book, so you know what I mean? We could be doing whatever we
I can
want.
see the Grateful Dead being one of his,
Arlene said he was a deadhead. And Cindy says, Avis, you're on fire. Go get the
Yes, she
extinguisher.
is.
Oh, God.
Okay, Christina, go for it.
Not
Okay.
my favorite group.
Next question. What was a terrific tragedy did he convince the principal to do?
That was in episode 17.
Yeah, when there's just 16, right?
Something what was the terrific tragedy that he convinced the principal to do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Avis says Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Perfect. She is on fire.
Carrie usually knows all these things. Her fingers are slow. The first time, well, I knew about Romeo and Juliet, but when I was in 5th grade going into 6th, on Sunday nights, I think it was ABC, started to put these old movies on, and they put Romeo and Juliet on, the one with Olivia Hussey and back in the day, right? And she was really young. I was so possessed by that movie. And thank God I didn't have Google and that stuff back then, that you get this weird feeling. And I learned, because I get it from books, that you get like a hangover, a book hangover. Well, I had a movie hangover. I was so obsessed. And then when I went to high school, we had to read it in high school. And I knew
So did
every
we.
word.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that movie. Well, that play that they turned into a movie.
Mm.
All right. Such a tragedy.
Okay, the last question.
All right now.
Who did Mr. Waverly choose to be the next Romeo?
Oh.
Who did Mr. Waverly
Yes.
choose to be the next Romeo?
Romeo.
We already discussed that part.
Wherefore?
Somebody should have caught that.
Yep.
He described it as pertaining to fame, romance, raging hormones, and teenage angst.
Maybe, but that's not the next
No,
person.
no. She was just talking about hers
Oh, yeah.
is right from what
Oh,
we were
okay.
saying. Cindy says, I think my English class went to that movie. It's been a long time. Yes. Oh gosh, she was so beautiful in it. And what was funny was she in the lead, she was very young and she was smoking. Like I saw an interview with her recently, but it was back in the day, but it was on YouTube. And it was the old film that was like, tick, 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 tick. So she, the actress, actually had a romance with the actor who played
Romeo?
Romeo.
Huh.
Yeah, they were young kids. She was like young.
Mm.
Well, they
Right.
had to put that out
Yes.
there.
So, and they didn't have intimacy coordinators back then. Avis says Kate, but
Who was first?
Yeah, she's right.
Kate, okay.
Yeah. Was she first?
No. First was Carrie.
Okay. Yep, Kate was it.
Kate was it.
And the thing is, okay, in that scene before Mr. Waverly picked Kate or had Kate do it, I thought he was going to go out and do it when I first watched
I
the movie.
know. I
I
did
had that
too.
impression that he was going to be.
I did too. I seriously thought he was going to do it. And that would have been awesome too. But
Oh, Tully would have loved that one.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sam Waverly was his name. Avis
Mhm.
said to us. So are those all of our questions, girls?
Yep.
Well, guess who the winner is?
Avis.
Avis.
Oh, Avis. So when I send you your cookbook, you get a second prize. Let's hope I remember to send them both. I will. Avis, you know what you have to do? Because I've lost it, all of it, unless you sent it to me in a Facebook message or in my email. Send me your address because it will come via Amazon. It says Kate got it after speaking out about the phones at the memorial circle.
Kate got it on the spot.
Yeah, she got on the spot.
Yeah. It's nice that when you have someone, and I'm thinking about Avis is like, yes, thank you. When you have someone, as a teacher, I'm speaking for myself, not that I didn't have a bad childhood or whatever, but when you have someone who is an adult that treats you right as a good example that you're definitely don't have back at home. Do you know what I mean? It makes a difference in your life because you only know how you're raised, and then you go out into the world, and especially when you get into high school and you're so very vulnerable and you're learning more, and then to have a really good example of a man, because there were male relationships were not the thing for Tully. She made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, Mr. Waverly's, his reasoning behind it was that she knew all the parts and knew the lines, so she could go out there and do the part.
Yeah.
So.
Arlene meant phony friend, not the phones.
And then he wanted her to get her grade up too.
Tully, yeah.
Yeah.
Tully to get her grade up.
That's one reason why he picked her.
Yeah, why he picked her.
That was nice. I can't lose that. So for all the, creepiness of Mr. Daniels, he was very much redeemed as Mr. Waverly.
Oh yeah,
Right.
most definitely.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
say that their behavior was polar opposites. However, they were both hip
Teachers.
in how they dressed and both handsome and well liked by the students, but the creep factor was totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different. And the outcome was totally different.
Yeah.
Says, I like it when Co-op asked if he would
Coop.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not reading it from there. And I'm like, Co-op, right? It's Coop.
Oh, wow.
Asked if he, why don't I read it from here? Asked if he could write lines on his hand. And if he said no, because he would sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a hard time learning the lines.
Yeah.
Aw, I know that's funny. Okay. All right. So, well, he may have had a bigger part than we thought in this movie, in this series.
I'll have to go back and watch and see.
I know, but we had figured we would be here about, it's about a half hour worth of talking about our beloved Chris, and this it's not a I don't want to call it a small part, because there are no small parts, honestly, but it's a minor part, but not really. It was a big important part, even though it wasn't a part that was like in every episode as a major character, but
Mhm.
it definitely was a good character because it helped us to understand, more about why she behaved the way that she did.
Yeah.
Well, towards the end of the series, Tully and Kate, in current time, had a conversation where she was always wondering why she couldn't find somebody to love
Yeah.
her. And I think Mr. Waverly was the first person that basically knocked her down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was always getting liked, and because she
Yeah.
was popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's why I said that that whole thing just, it sent out a very good vibe, a very good message. And but that's pretty much what stood out for me.
I got hiccups.
Tully needed a father. That's true, Carrie. Rona, they were
Yeah.
from different eras, but the 70s were no walk in the park where how men thought of women. You know what I mean? How they
Yeah.
objectified them. It's so funny. There's these
Or even
commercials.
teacher-student relations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
It goes on all the time.
The things
Yeah.
that they were allowed to openly say. And I was like, there was these commercials, Folgers, coffee commercials, and something else. And the things that they would say, like go do your hair and make sure you get me a cup of coffee. And I'm like, that wasn't that long ago. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Those kinds of things were being said. Let's see, Avis, when he said he would stay after to help her with lines, and he said he would, she said, "Thank you, Sam," and immediately he had that look like she was crushing on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
said, "Thank you, Sam," turned around and marched off the stage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he knew what to do.
Oh yeah, and he handled it well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tomorrow, I just, as a little housekeeping thing, and it does involve Chris McNally. I have a podcast, and it's When Close the Heart Mysteries, even though there really aren't, and it's just about it's two parts. It's just about the 5 actors that have all been in mysteries.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And Chris is one of them, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about them, especially if not everyone has seen all of them. And then the other thing is the mysteries of When Calls the Heart, like what happened to Elizabeth's engagement ring, and where are Opal's parents and Emily's parents, and what happened to Florence's son, like little, just things like little mysteries that we're going to discuss.
They fell in the hole.
I know, the black hole.
The black hole.
And then the reason why I'm doing that is because, of course, Friday is the mystery with Kevin and Pascal. And then on Sunday, someone that has no connection with One Calls the Heart, has never watched one episode, okay, but of course lives on this planet and considers himself, actually is a joke, but I put it on there. He goes, how are you going to title me? Are you going to put Hallmark mystery expert? And I said, yeah. So, and he kind of is. So he had not seen the Legend of the Locket. So he had saved it on DVR, but he's since watched it and he's taken notes and he saw Tip Line and he's going to be watching this new episode and he is going to review them all and talk all about all of them and the actors because he has no idea, who or what they are or any of that. So I thought it would be fun to talk with someone who has no connection whatsoever.
Yeah.
That would be neat. And I hope everyone joins in with their little input because, they listen to what we have to say, especially if we're loving something. It would be fun to get more of these because I know they're trying to build up the mystery channel. And yes, the other thing I wanted to mention is that we'll put this, Chrissy and Chris, and we'll put this on the group too. Wait a minute, hold on. The black hole of When Calls the Heart. Will we solve the mystery? What happened to the hanky E dropped? Oh, I can't forget that. Thank you for saying that.
Yes. That's a good question.
We got lots of things to talk about. Railtown. We're starting up Chris's. This is when we get it organized and we start a fundraiser for his birthday, and we are going to continue with his scholarship. Yes. I don't know if it's all cashed out or not, but we're going to add some more money to it. I put a call out, or I put a message out to Jen and John. Jen takes care of the finances for Railtown. And I just asked, I put out there and asked, I know it was successful, but if any way they wanted us to change something up, I didn't want it to be like a burden or an extra burden for them. It only becomes that way because we like to tally up how much so everybody can see. And she sent me these very diligent to the letter, donations. Something I want to say, they would never say it, but I wanted to say it. If you plan on donating and you're from the States, there is this exchange of money between the United States to there. So if you're donating like $10, they're not getting the full $10. But there is a little notation on there that says you can cover that. It's like a little cover charge. It's not a lot of money. It's like $2, $3 more. If people would be mindful of it, just saying, I mean, if you can't, it's fine. But people didn't even realize that till after the fact. So I'm just going to say it now because the more times you say it, people hear it and they can remember. Lillian, yes, the podcast is tomorrow. And then there is one on Sunday on that topic I was talking about. So we've got that to look forward to, the Railtown. I'm hoping because John was supposed to, but then he called me. He said, I can't. I don't think he called me. I think he may have emailed. I don't know what it was. I can hear him talking. He said, I can't come on. He was supposed to come on and he had to cancel because he already picked up another job and they started filming right away. He was supposed to come on, and I think he will now, if he has time, to talk about Railtown and give us some information and all of that good stuff. So I'll coordinate. Those are things to come. Go ahead, Chrissy. What were you going to say? Look like you wanted to say something.
I was just going to say, so we'd like to try to get this out as soon as possible so we can get as much money. Yeah, we want to try. I was kind of hoping maybe like at the, beginning of September, like the first week of September. So hopefully, we'll hear something.
It'll be posted several times because that way it doesn't get buried. And people are reminded constantly.
Right. And it wasn't that complicated. It was just we posted the link and we went right on to the Railtown and clicked it in, and people had to remember to say what it was for. That's how they were able to identify it and list it for us.
Yeah, but definitely say you're from Chris McNally Fan Group. Right. Yeah.
There might be a better way. I just don't want it to be complicated for them. It's a fun thing we're trying to do when you just don't want, you know what I mean? Yeah. When is the Mr. Potato Head contest? Oh, dear God.
Okay.
Lillian, listen. Oh, God. I
Only
can't.
Lillian would come up with that.
Lillian, I don't know if you want to come on with me and we could do that. Would be funny, but that would be really bad. And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but that is hilarious to me. You know, kiss a potato, potato kisses, potato head. Oh God, I have the giggles tonight. Good Lord. You're bad and evil, Lillian. And then people think it's me who comes up with this stuff. I don't think I miss. Oh, so Avis is like, good, Lillian. I'm sorry. And Avis says, good one, Lillian. You're all feisty tonight. Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute. I'm old. I'm still can be feisty. I get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for her to say that. Oh, that's cute, Spud Love. Alrighty. So, not this is like, okay. I have an IG account that's everything about Hallmark. And on the account, I post different things that everything is on there. It's not just about Chris McNally. It's far from that. It's everything about Hallmark. And I do post different things on there than I would post in the group, different links that you might be able to get to faster or whatever. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with my account, but every single day since August the 5th, and I post the same content, it's not like it's a whole bunch of people. It's like one or two people keep dwindling and dwindling and dwindling and dwindling down. So it's
I
really
don't
weird.
understand that.
Every single day. And every time I make a post a few hours later, more. So it's no new posts. They're the same stuff. It's The Way Home. It's When Calls the Heart. It's a movie that might be coming on, anything that's related to Hallmark. So if you are a member or if you are not a follower and you want to follow, that would be nice. If you don't want to, it's fine. And I have no idea if anybody out there knows what's going on. I would love to know what's happening because I don't understand.
Or if it's happening to them as well.
It could be.
Well, you know, I never.
I have a verified blue check account. So I have no idea what in the world's going on.
Just like I never understood how many times I started up a Chris McNally Fan Group on Instagram, and every time I did, it always got shut down. So I stopped doing it. It was like,
Well, my account's verified. That part's fine, but
yeah, I'm for doing that.
zero member followers. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have any hate mail, so I don't know. All right, friends. Anybody have any questions besides Avis? Get your fingers typing and send me your address so I can send you your cookbook.
Yes.
Oh, I've got written down here. You guys can correct me or we'll
Go ahead.
discuss it. I have it written down that for September we'll be discussing heaven.
Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you for
Yes.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yes. Heaven.
Heaven.
Do you have a date?
Oh,
We haven't set a date yet.
We
but-
don't have
that's
a
a
date
good
yet.
one. No, we don't have a date yet, but yes, good thing that you mentioned that, Chris, that we are
All right.
in September.
All righty. That's another one, a bit of his, swarminess
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out.
That's a
Indiscretions.
steamy one.
Steamy, very steamy. Cow.
Steamy.
Yeah. All right, friends. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
It was fun.
Was
Bye.
Bye.
go onto Instagram. Bye.
Bye.